Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In this video, we'll discuss a few issues. The first one, Germany's economy will go busted. And the reason why is because it's owned by foreigners. Foreigners, I'm talking in this case, the Americans. Why? Volkswagen, you know that car, Volkswagen? Well, they are going to close a few plants in Germany, and they will lay off thousands, I think tens of thousands of workers. That's the first one. The second one, Ford Motors Company will pull out of Germany possibly. So what does that tell you? Do you know the percentage of the German car manufacturing industries in the German economy? Do you know how much that is, how much revenue they get out of the cars industry? Now, if that goes busted, what are the Germans going to do? Eat one another? And I'm not talking about that kind of eating. All right, so I'm going to discuss that. I have about 6 articles opened for that reason. And the unions in Germany will show how their carpet was pulled off from under their feet by the guys in charge of their government. So when you hear these guys here, the unions, we endorse that candidate, he doesn't care about the unions. There's other people with more money that donate. All right, so that's one of the, actually there's 2 topics. The first is Volkswagen, the other one is Ford Motors. Then the other one, the next one, is Netanyahu. If you remember, Netanyahu was issued an arrest warrant by an international criminal court in The Hague. And we should take that seriously because Putin also was issued an international criminal court warrant. And therefore, people have to abide by that. They have to follow suit. Well, I made a video on this subject yesterday, but I got here 2 interesting developments. One is Hungary, how Hungary will react. Some countries say that they will arrest Netanyahu if he lands in their countries, which I doubt. But nevertheless, this country says, no, we have no problem allowing Netanyahu to land here, even though that country seems to be a signatory of the, whatever that is, Rome agreement, I think, the one with the ICC, court. So there's 2 countries. One is Hungary, and the other one, what do you think Germany will do? And I'm going to show you how this is beaten in the Germans' heads, this issue. What do you think Germany will do that? And I will tell you why they won't do it. Because you guys have a responsibility for nothing. Next topic will deal with the Ukrainians building their domestic long-range capable drones with Lithuania's financing. You didn't know Lithuania is at the level of, I don't know, Switzerland and others. They got a lot of money to give to others because they have everything fixed in their country. Okay? Now, there's just a decoy for using American weapons and Western weapons to strike deep inside Russia so they can say, we're camouflaged here. It's the Ukrainians destroying you and hitting you deep inside, not us. It's not going to fly. I'm guaranteeing you that. And the other one, Annalena Baerbock. Annalena Baerbock, the infantile foreign minister of Germany, divorces. Any suitors here? I hope not, but anyway, nevertheless, we're going to discuss that. It's no fun when that happens, but sometimes, instead of having an endless shit, you have a shitty ending. So I think she chose that. I wonder why, and we're going to discuss about her husband, how much we know about the husband. All right, let's start with the first topic. Sky News. Volkswagen plans to shut factories, plural, and lay off tens of thousands of workers. The head of Volkswagen's Works Council told employees that carmaker is absolutely serious about all this, and the proposals are not saber-rattling following weeks of negotiations with unions. Why are they in trouble? Because they impose, the guys in charge of them supposedly impose sanctions on cheap gas and other raw materials from Russia. That's the main reason. The main reason they impose sanctions on their own economy, their own people. Why? An order is an order, my friends. So let's see what these guys are saying. Its remaining plants in Germany are also set to be downsized right there, according to the head of the company's works. The plant will shut down, or planning to shut at least 3 factories in Germany and lay off tens of thousands of staff. At least 3 out of how many? 10. All right, let's go to the next article. Russia Today, iconic US car maker to axe 14% of workforce in Europe. Ford has said it will lay off 4,000 employees in the continent amid weak EV sales and economic headwinds. So that's another one. It says here that the job cuts represent about 14% of Ford's 28,000 workforce in Europe and around 2.3% of its total workforce of 174,000, and will be completed by the end of 2027, the company said on Wednesday. The bulk of the layoffs will take place in Deutschland, where almost 3,000 positions are under threat, and in Britain, with an expected 800 jobs to be cut. Next one. Not that one. Let's destroy this one. We're going to go to this. Oh, you want something from me? This. Volkswagen to close German factories, lay off thousands of workers. So the same thing here. And it says that the German workers and cut salaries by 10% of those unaffected. So Volkswagen will close at least 3 German car factories, lay off they say tens of thousands, and cut salaries 10%. Now that's almost going to bankrupt. Hey, isn't that too big to fail? How about that garbage? Next one. Russia Today, iconic US car giant could leave Germany. Ford has reportedly announced massive management downsizing at its Cologne plant. So maybe it's going to be going, and I'm quoting, as part of the transformation of the European business, Ford is simplifying its administrative and management structure in Germany and downsizing the management of Werke GmbH. The carmaker has cited as saying in a statement, with effect from July 1, 2024, a maximum of 4 members will form the management. So Ford announced massive layoffs, and this is the same thing as they said over there. So Germany reducing it to what? To a number of 13,000. Next one. Volkswagen labor chief sounds alarm on mass layoffs. 3 German plant closures. Germany's Volkswagen plant shut down at least 3 factories in Germany, lay off tens of thousands of staff, and shrink its remaining plants in Europe's biggest economy as it plots to deeper than expected overhaul, the company's work council had said on Wednesday. So became the Europe's biggest car maker, which is Volkswagen, whatever it is, has been negotiating for weeks with unions over plans to revamp its business and cut costs, including considering plant closures and some soil for the first time on home soil. It is a blow to Germany's industrial prowess. So management is absolutely serious about it. Okay, good for you, good for you. This is how your elected officials threw you under the bus. Next one. This is around 20%. The automotive industry is the largest industry sector in Germany. In 2021, the auto sector listed turnover of 410.9, so 411 billion euros, around 20% of total German industry revenue. Why? Go and buy gas from United States of America at a premium price. You're going to see. Next one. Let's go and see what Orban does to Netanyahu. And it's not surprising. Why? Because Orban also voted with United States of America and about 7 other countries regarding sanctioning something, if you remember, in the United Nations General Assembly. So I said, you're still under their thumb. All right, maybe he knows what, or maybe because he was called this and he was called that. EU states leader to invite Netanyahu despite ICC warrant. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has assured his Israeli counterpart that he would not be arrested if he visits Budapest. So Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has invited his Israeli counterpart and issuing warrant. He is not going to do it. And I'm quoting, today I will invite Israel Prime Minister Mr. Netanyahu for a visit to Hungary. In that invitation, I will guarantee him that if he comes, the ICC ruling will have no effect in Hungary, and we will not follow its contents. Now, I wonder this. And I'm guaranteeing you that the European Union will... Nothing's happening here. Like, pak. All right? What's up, meow meow? Did you bring a toy? The cat brought a toy. He's crazy now. So I wonder if Orban says that he will invite Putin. What do you think these guys will do? I think they will... Orban. All right, let's see what Germany says about this issue. And the same shaming and guilt building. Germany examining Netanyahu arrest warrant. Berlin has a historical responsibility. No, you have no responsibility to anybody but your own people. To Israel, a government spokesman, he's not a man, he's a wuss, has said, Berlin is still determining whether to abide by its obligation to the International Criminal Court, with German officials reportedly expressing relief that Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is not planning to visit the country in the foreseeable future. We adhere to the law at the international, European, and international level, Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock Baboon stated on Friday, and she says, this is why we are examining exactly what this means for us regarding its international application. And it says here, on one hand, there is the importance of the International Criminal Court, which we strongly support. On the other hand, there is a historical responsibility, government, Haberstreit said. So, that is selective justice. So, if I'll agree to a law, and my father breaks that law, I say, well, I'm not going to apply that law to my father because a special relationship. That means there's no law. There's not a law. So if you say, yes, we are on this, we are on this body, we are with ICC, but then when they do something, that's why values are there and are tested that they are your real values only when they are challenged. When you challenge, okay, someone does something that you don't like and it's your value. That's when you really say, I have values. We all say, well, we do this. I'm very, how do they call it? Religious, yes. I'm very spiritual. Yeah, and when it's about to do something, they steal, they cheat, they do. I'm very spiritual, I'm very religious. Fuck off. And things like this. That's when you see your values challenged. Well, I don't steal, man. I'm a man of, of honor. But you steal at a drop of a hat. You will steal a fucking phone case. I understand if you would steal and you would break your values for, I don't know, about $40 million after tax. I would say, okay, man, you bent it a little bit, even though this is what it is. But for this, the same here. The Germans, oh no, we are ein Mann, ein Wort. We're going to do it. But when it's about these guys, I have no balls. What happened? What did you do for me today? Remember? Okay. So what are they going to do? Nothing. Germany will shut the fuck up. And if Netanyahu wants to take a shit in Alexanderplatz in Berlin, he's going to do it. And the Germans will smell it, lick it, ingest it, poop it again, and eat it again. How do you like that? All right, I'm so irritated with this. And hey, when these guys tell you about those conspiracy theories, remember that this group or that group has too much power and control on some countries and societies and media and all that. That's just conspiracy theories. No, the evidence doesn't support those. So there's just conspiracy. Those guys are nuts, man. And you can call them and anti, okay? But when you see these guys pooping their pants and they would sell their kids into slavery for someone else, it's bad. It's bad, very bad. All right, next one. And I'm going to find out Annalena Baerbock. German foreign minister divorces media. Annalena Baerbock and her husband Daniel, that's very suspicious to me, Hohlefleisch, announced their separation in a statement reported by Bild. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock and her husband have announced their separation after 17 years of marriage. All right, so Baerbock, 43, he is 51. Oh my God. Now, I gotta tell you this. You see this guy? He looks like me? I think he looks like 65. Do I look 65? All right. She looks good. I mean, I'm not saying that she's not, for her age and doesn't look baboonish or anything like that. But if you look at I tried to find Wikipedia and see who this guy is. I mean, I was looking for his early life, I like to look to see who's who, what's what, to see what kind of school he attended, what kind of things like that. All right, and what genes they got. I couldn't find yet the guy. But I found her. Now, there's no happiness. Maybe it isn't a happiness if you're relieved if the marriage did not work. And we from outside, we can interpret it, but we basically should not, maybe, because we don't have the information. So remember what happens in a couple having problems. They are the only ones who really know who's who, what's what, and what happened. We from outside, we can say, but we're far away from understanding what the hell is really going on over there. She might look as a bitch, and he might look as an angel, or vice versa. We don't know that. It happened to me a few times in my life when this person appeared to everybody else as an angel. My eyes looked in her eyes and said, no, she ain't no angel. All right. But then after the divorce, little by little, the truth came out, and we realized that they are the ones who are better at acting. Now, am I happy about it? No. Why do I think it happens? She's going to jump in someone else's cock real fast. That's my assessment of this. He, on the other hand, I think he helped her with her career and so on. But remember, she's a communist, isn't she, from the Greens? So she's divorcing. That doesn't look right. Why? Who fucked up? Maybe both. Usually, the truth is somewhere, not in the middle, but going a little bit here, but it's not like he was a saint or she was a saint, or no. Anyway, sorry to hear that. I wish you good luck in your lives, love lives, or how you want to call it. I think you, Annalena Baerbock, you should just resign from your post. You don't understand it. And I looked over her Wikipedia page, and she was educated, came to Florida for a semester or something. Then she really got her master in Great Britain. She attended in Great Britain, so she was educated not in Deutschland. I wonder why. So I think she is just promoted by certain MI6s and others. I don't think she works for the German people whatsoever. And besides, through her statements, I don't have to look at those things. Through her statements, she's not only an ignorant on her job, she's not good at all. From a 0 to 10, 0 being okay, and 10 being like Lavrov, let's say, she's a 0.05, not even 1. That's how I see her. Why? Her statements, the way she talks, she's just infantile. She behaves like I'm not going to insult, but that's the way it is. I have to say, 13-year-old girl. Like that. She can't control her body language. She can't control her speech. She can't control her the way the intonation, the tone of her voice. She doesn't understand things. She doesn't know things that she's supposed to know on her job. She is a disgrace. But if Germany feels guilty about something that should not feel guilty, what do you expect with this kind of baboons in charge? Supposedly. They are in charge because they have authority. She's the foreign minister. Now, a foreign minister, how do you see a foreign minister? A foreign minister should be a person who knows tons, who has the knowledge, then should be wise, right? Should be balanced, should be flexible, should have charm, should look good or evil. Depends what you want to promote. But usually in negotiations, you want to look good. Why? Because you don't know who you're meeting. You may be, suave, drink, and then you give me that. Or maybe you have to be tough. And I don't know, you look differently one day, and like body language should be trained. Should be trained in the body language, how to control, in self-control. Has to have courage. Must have been in fighting sports. That's a necessity to build courage, taking risks. No. That shapes a person's character, the person's abilities. And there's many more. Without that, you have to be exposed to something to understand certain things. Well, Annalena Baerbock is just a politician. Thank you. Not a good one whatsoever. But she's the foreign minister of Deutschland über niemals. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.